Hi guys, so I'm sure you're all aware by now that I've gone from someone who absolutely hated painting miniatures to someone who loves painting miniatures now, and I'm always on the lookout for new ones. And I was recently contacted by those lovely people over at Broken Anvil Miniatures to ask if I'd want to paint a couple of theirs, and obviously I said yes. And they're also sponsoring this video, which is awesome, as it means I can go out and buy more cookies. So any of you fans of Broken Anvil know them for their beautiful sculptured minis and fresh designs. And now they've got a brand new web store with a great selection of some of the most beloved models, both old and new. They've got Sir Tornavir, which looks like an awesome looking figure. Definitely one that I'm going to be painting soon as well. And they've got this vicious swamp hag. But as you can see from all the other ones here, guys, they do have a lot of awesome ones. There are links in the description, so go check them out. And if, like me, you love orcs, Broken Anvil Miniatures have got you covered there as well. There's a great selection of those, and yeah, these guys are definitely beefy and meaty. Yeah, some more figures that I certainly want to paint in the future. They also do a special release each month, and this month it's this guy, a Turkey Paladin. Yeah, I think now I can say I've seen it all. But again, well sculpted and looks pretty cool, and certainly would be fun on your D&D adventure. So the figures BAM sent me are from their new campaign, which is live right now, called Forged. It's an enormous collection of fantastical sculpted 28mm heroic scale pre-assembled plastic miniatures. It's all compatible with 5e content, so yeah, a great way of making your D&D so much more immersive. And as you would have seen from the thumbnail, it's the Gnolls that I've been sent. So yeah, get yourself onto the Forged campaign. You can choose between the Heroes box or the Enemy Encounters box, or if you want it all, the Adventure box. And as this campaign grows, dozens of free and purchasable extras are waiting to be unlocked and added to your collection. So you will have, well, a rather large collection without breaking the bank. So all the links to Broken Anvil's web. So the models that I received were 3D printed, but don't worry, the models that you guys get will be pre-assembled and PVC. And yeah, these are definitely nice, clean looking little figures. No sort of mould lines, obviously, or well, any even support lines for that matter. Yeah, really good quality. So obviously there's a few little bits that I received, simple enough to glue together. But yeah, it's them on the basis they came with. Obviously, if you watch a lot of my videos, you'll know that I generally like to use nice clear ones. But yeah, as these guys come with bases, I'm going to use them, and I'm going to